in a world transformed by revolution, industry, and imagination. Music took on a new voice, one that spoke not just to the mind, but to the soul. Welcome to the Romantic period of Western music history, a time when emotion ruled, individual expression flourished, and composers broke free from tradition to explore the depths of human feeling.
The Romantic period in Western music lasted from about 1820 to 1900. It emerged as a reaction to the Industrial Revolution and the Enlightenment, which focused on science and reason. In contrast, Romanticism emphasized emotion, imagination, and nature. Composers moved away from strict classical rules, using music to express deep feelings and tell dramatic stories. Themes like love, death, myth, and the supernatural were common. Nationalism also grew, with composers using folk music to show cultural pride. The 19th century was a time of major social and political change. The Industrial Revolution brought rapid urbanization and helped shape a growing middle class. As a result, music moved out of royal courts and into public concert halls and even private homes. Nationalism surged across Europe, especially in countries like Italy, Germany, and Russia. Composers began using folk melodies and rhythms to express pride in their cultures. Revolutions in 1830 and 1848 sparked hope and resistance. Inspired by these movements, many composers wrote patriotic or socially conscious music. Composers also gained more creative freedom as the old patronage system declined. Instead of working for kings or nobles, they wrote music on their own terms, reaching wider audiences thanks to the growing music publishing industry. During the Romantic period, orchestras expanded in size and sound. Strings remained the heart of the ensemble, but were used with greater emotion and expression. Woodwind instruments were improved with better key systems, allowing for smoother, more lyrical playing. Brass instruments gained valves, giving them greater range and flexibility. Percussion became more prominent, with cymbals, bass drums, and triangles adding dramatic impact. The piano took center stage as the dominant solo instrument, thanks to innovations that allowed for greater dynamic control and emotional depth. Composers also introduced new instruments like the celesta, the English horn, and the piccolo, each adding unique color and texture to the Romantic sound. Romantic music was all about emotion, deep, raw, and personal. Composers explored feelings like passionate love, longing, and even despair. They used rubato, a subtle push and pull of tempo, to add expression and freedom to the music. Romantic composers expanded harmony and used more chromatic notes, adding tension and color to their music. Orchestras grew in range and power. Composers used the full tonal spectrum, from delicate whispers to thunderous climaxes. Programmatic music became popular, music that tells a story or paints a picture without needing words. Each composer had a distinct voice. This was the age of individuality, no longer just following tradition, but carving out personal sound worlds. In the Romantic era, composers expanded traditional forms and invented new ones to better express emotion and tell stories. Symphonies became longer and more dramatic. Composers like Tchaikovsky pushed emotional and structural limits. Just listen to his Symphony No. 6, the Pathétique. The art song, or lied, combined voice and piano to bring poetry to life. Schubert's Erlkönig is a powerful example, telling a haunting story through music. Program music became popular, instrumental music that tells a story or paints a scene. Berlioz's Symphonie Fantastique follows the twisted dreams of a lovesick artist. Piano music also took on new forms. Character pieces, like Chopin's Nocturnes, were short but filled with mood and meaning. Opera became a powerful blend of music, drama, and spectacle. Verdi's Aida and Wagner's Ring Cycle brought powerful stories and national pride to the stage. New forms like the tone poem or symphonic poem allowed composers to express a single dramatic idea in one sweeping movement, like Liszt's Le Prélude. Even chamber music, small ensemble works, was filled with romantic color and emotion, bringing intimacy and expression to a more personal setting. The Romantic period gave rise to some of the most iconic composers in music history, each bringing a unique voice, emotion, and innovation to the art form. Ludwig van Beethoven stands at the crossroads of the classical and Romantic eras. His music broke boundaries, rich with emotional depth, bold ideas, and personal struggle. Franz Schubert brought poetry to life with over 600 art songs. His music is known for its lyrical beauty, vulnerability, and deep emotional power. Frédéric Chopin composed almost exclusively for piano. He mastered delicate nuance and expressed the soul of his Polish roots through music. Franz Liszt was a piano virtuoso and showman. He dazzled audiences with his technique and created the symphonic poem, a new way to tell stories through orchestral music. Johannes Brahms honored classical form, but filled it with romantic warmth and rich harmony. His music blends structure with soul. Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky brought bold emotion to his symphonies and ballets, like The Nutcracker, Swan Lake, and Romeo and Juliet. Richard Wagner transformed opera. His use of leitmotifs, musical themes for characters and ideas, gave his works a sweeping, cinematic power. Giuseppe Verdi gave voice to the Italian spirit through opera. His works, like Aida and La Traviata, are filled with drama, passion, and national pride. The piano became the heart of Romantic music, its voice, its poetry, and its fire. No other instrument carried emotion so directly from composer to listener. With new innovations, the piano could now whisper and roar, its range of dynamics and color dramatically expanded. Frédéric Chopin, the poet of the piano, wrote nocturnes and preludes filled with tenderness and longing. Franz Liszt, the superstar of his day, turned piano performances into theatrical experiences, intense, technical, and unforgettable. Robert Schumann's piano works were filled with character and imagination, each piece like a short story or personal diary entry. Romantic piano music wasn't just performance, it was emotion made sound and storytelling without words. In the Romantic era, music became a voice for national pride. Composers turned to the rhythms, stories, and sounds of their homelands, blending tradition with emotion. Bedřich Smetana captured the spirit of his Czech homeland in the Moldau, a sweeping musical journey along a beloved river. Antonín Dvořák blended Bohemian folk traditions with the sounds of America in his New World Symphony, celebrating two cultures in one masterpiece. Modest Mussorgsky expressed deep Russian identity in works like Pictures at an Exhibition, inspired by native art, history, and spirit. For many Romantic composers, music became a quiet rebellion or a proud celebration, an anthem of where they came from and what they stood for. The Romantic era left a lasting mark on the world of music. Its spirit of emotion, imagination, and individuality shaped generations to come. Romanticism opened the door to new movements, like Impressionism with Debussy's dreamy textures and Expressionism with Schoenberg's bold intensity. The expanded orchestra and emotional range of Romantic music became the foundation for today's film scores.
What are you doing?
Docking.
Symphonies. And even video games. More than a period, Romanticism is a feeling, still alive in concert halls, classrooms, and hearts around the world.